So one of my friends asked me on a non-work day, what's my everyday carry? What do I normally carry for self-defense? Things are getting pretty bad, especially where I'm at right now. And so what do I normally carry for self-defense? Well, I will show you. So usually on my keychain, it fell off, so I had to, I have to put it back on. A little knife. I carry a pen in case I have to write anything, or, for whatever. We'll carry a pen light, right? It's usually sitting up here on my shirt. Those aren't necessarily self-defense. Those are just tools that I could use. I do carry an actual little wolf taser with the prongs that shoot out. So it's got the flashlight and a laser. And it dry stuns. But I also have it in a holster with the prongs that will actually shoot out. Putting it back in its holster right now. Aside from that, carry a sidearm. So today's carry choice was the SCCY CPX2. Carried a level 2 retention holster. I will carry a box cutter. This, you never know when you're going to need a box cutter. This is not necessarily self-defense. I do carry a pocket knife. Again, not necessarily self-defense. Could be used as one, but you don't want to get in close quarters with people. If I do, and I don't want to use lethal force, also just for a flashlight, I do carry just a regular stun gun. And I carry OC spray. On my keychain, I will carry. Let me get this put away. And this, not all the time. It all depends on if I'm going to a part of town that isn't necessarily the best. Secondary OC spray. And I will carry a tile with me, obviously, because I will lose my keys. But also because there are features on that tile that are safety features, like emergency contact and stuff like that, in case anything happens to me. It is getting pretty bad where I'm at. You're hearing of a lot of shootings. I mean, even in the neighborhood that I live in, sometimes you can hear the shootings, like you can just have your door or window open and hear people being shot at. Also, a flashlight. And I have this flashlight too, which doubles as a stun gun. But mainly I just use it for the flashlight. But that's my everyday carry. That's what I have with me every day. The weapon of choice may not be the same. Sometimes I have my Smith & Wesson SD9 VE. Sometimes I've got the High Point 45. Or the 380. Just depends on what I want to carry for the day. Where I'm going, what my dress is gonna be like, stuff like that. But that's essentially it. That's what I carry for the day. That is my everyday carry loadout. Um, Again, all that if I am going to a bad area. And the reason why, you're like, well, you carry a firearm. Why are you carrying stun guns and pepper spray and a taser? It's because in Colorado, while you do not have an obligation to retreat or duty to retreat, you should. And you should use the least amount of force that will get you out of that situation. If a dude's coming at me with a knife and he's a good distance away, I'm tasing him. I'm going to hit him with the taser. I'm going to drop him. And I'm going to be out. I'm going to disconnect those probes. And I'm going to have another set of probes I can use. I've got 3 of them or 2 of them over there. I'm going to drop them. I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to be out. If that person gets up after I stun them, I got OC spray, man. You know, I don't want to have to use this. I don't want to have to use lethal force. But the area that I'm in, it's getting tough, man. It's getting tough. There's a lot of things happening. I'm hearing, like I have my window or my balcony door open, and you can sometimes hear the gunshots. You know, and if I'm ever in that situation, I want to be prepared for it. You pull out a knife or something, I have something equal to that. In Colorado, that is very, very important that you use the minimal amount of force that you need to use to obtain the end goal. The end goal is not to take a life. The end goal is for you to get to safety and make sure other people are safe. If I'm in a store and there's a person, with a knife threatening people, I can easily use the little Wolf taser here, which is only like $40, to eliminate the threat, to keep everybody safe, get everybody to safety. It's legal for me to carry here, and I can make people safe that way. If I'm in a store and somebody is physically like punching people or attacking them physically, like with their fists, pepper spray or a stun gun will work. You don't have to automatically go to your lethal force when you have other options available. Now, if I'm in a store and somebody's pulling out shooting people, yeah, I'm gonna shoot. But you don't have to. Right? If they're in a store and you see a dude come in and he has a knife and he's going towards somebody, OC spray, taser, those may work. And the problem is if they don't work and they turn their attention towards you, now you're using lethal force probably. Like if I hit somebody with a taser and they turn towards me, bro, all bets are off. This baby's coming out of its holster and I'm going bang bang, bro. That's it. But that may be the force that's required to eliminate the threat. And in Colorado, that's a very, very big thing they teach you, is if you can get out of the situation with less than lethal or non-lethal. I mean, I also carry a baton too. Not on the same, at the same time as all this. Some days my loadouts are going to be different depending on where I'm going to be at. Batons are questionable because batons are a blunt object that can be considered deadly force depending on where you hit the person. So if you are in a fight and you hit a person in the head or the neck, that's considered deadly force. So where you want to hit in the baton is the groin area, inside of the elbows, arms. If you can avoid hitting them in the rib cage, that would be great, because that can also be considered lethal force, because it could break a rib, puncture a lung, and that person could die. But in Colorado, the laws are pretty simple in saying that use enough force to be able to get away. Maybe not to eliminate the threat, but in order for you to be able to get away and get to safety and call the police, because that's what they want you to do. Later.